by Stinkerbell, Shrinkerbell. P.U., what's that smell? Judy held her nose. What smell? That dead skunk smell. That 100-year-old dirty sock smell. That 300-year-old rotten egg smell. Judy walked around Stink's room, sniffing here, sniffing there. It gets super stinky as soon as you get close to Newton. Newton, cried Stink. He sprang up from the floor where he'd been drawing comics. Newton was in his hidey hole. Maybe it's the chopped up dead worms in there. And dried up crickets. Why isn't he eating? Grody, grody, gross. That's greeny slime everywhere, Judy said. And brown stuff floating in the water. Stink, you have to clean it every day. Newts can die if their water gets too dirty. Since when are you the new newt genius? Since I read it in Newt's Week magazine. You have to dump out the yucky water and wash the rocks and clean off the slime and stuff. That's a lot of homework, Stink said. Come on, Stinkerbell, I'll help. We'll be the slime busters. Slime busters? Double cool, said Stink. But you can't call me Stinkerbell. If you say so, Stinkerbell, let's take it down to the big sink. Stink carried the critter keeper down to the kitchen, but he couldn't reach the sink. Here, let me, said Judy. She took the critter keeper from Stink and set it up on the counter. Stink stood on a high kitchen chair. First, we have to get Newton out so we can clean his cage. Stink, hold this jar. Let's put Newton in there. Okay, said Stink. Holding a tiny net, Judy reached in to scoop out Newton with her hand. The net, cried Stink. Mrs. D says to use the net for scooping him out. Hold on, wait, I almost have him. Ha ha, said Judy. Gotcha, you little newt brain. He's not a newt brain, said Stink, and you're scaring him. He sure is slippery, said Judy. You should call him Squirmy. Just then, Squirmy squirmed right out of Judy's hand, slopped into the sink, and went sloop right down the drain. Newton, cried Stink. You lost him, he yelled at Judy. Don't worry, said Judy. He's probably just swimming around down there under the sink. Judy peered down the drain. Where is he? Asked Stink. Do you see him? I can't see, said Judy. It's dark. I need a flashlight or something. No, wait, let me turn on the light. Judy flicked the switch over the sink. Grrr! A loud grinding up sound made them both jump back. Stop! Yelled Shrink. Judy turned off the switch. Oops, wrong switch. You killed Newton, cried Stink. The state amphibian of New Hampshire, my class pet, my homework. Stink ran to his room. He threw himself face down on the bed. Newton was gone. Gone, goner, gonest. All that was left of Stink's class pet was his not boring newt skin. Stink gave the newt skin a place of honor on his desk, right next to the golden Sacagawea dollar, his state quarters, and his French cootie catcher. The newt skin just sat there, lonely, empty, dead. Deader than a doorknob. Stink decided to do his homework. Homework always made him feel better. Stink drew a little still life of the newt skin for art class. He read a poem called Who Has Seen the Wind? He wrote one called Who Has Seen the Newt? And he used all of his homework phrases in a sentence. Taking care of a newt is easier said than done. I hope Newton does not get a cold feet on the river. If your class pet goes down the drain, go back to the drawing board. Judy came up to his room. I'm sorry, Stink, she said. I'm super duper sorry. I bet Newton slipped right down the pipes and on down the river before I even flipped the switch. Stink put down his pencil. You think? Newton is having the time of his life. Think of it like this. He's probably sailing down the river right now on a raft, having a big fat newt adventure. What am I going to tell Mrs. Dempster and my class? They'll understand. It's all part of the life cycle, Stink. The garbage disposal is not part of the life cycle, said Stink. Stink finished his homework. He wrote the last entry in his journal. Sunday, 5:21, Newt goes down the drain. The Adventures of Stink in Newt Boy Meets Jaws Monster by Stink Moody. After a long day of saving the world, Newt Boy naps on a slimy rock. Sloop! Ah! Newt Boy slips into the steely mouth of the Jaws monster. Gotcha, little Newt brain. Newt Boy finds some spaghetti in the disposal, and he makes a clever escape. Drat! The next chapter is called The Famous Jameses. I'll read that on Monday. Have a great weekend, guys. Miss you.